This week, all the offensives continue across Taiwan and South Korea. Welcome to World War III, Episode 3. The Chiayi Line. On the 26th of November, the 72nd Army Group are moving ever closer to the Chiayi city. Over the last 2 weeks, the Taiwanese armies have been preparing for a defensive line, starting with Badai, moving up to the Huaishan and Chiayi cities. These areas will be defended by the 8th Army Corps, the 564th Armoured Brigade, the 333rd Mechanized Infantry Brigade, and the defence teams of Nanjana, Nugan, and Hualin. This line is actually called the Chiayi Line because its only major city on it is the Chiayi city. The area moved up a bit, and the line moved up to the Doan Road, defendable because of its twistiness. This is where the 6th Army Corps was stationed, alongside the 601st Air Infantry Brigade. The work path just south of the 169th Road was defended by the 101st Reconnaissance Battalion, while the road itself by the Donin Area Command. The Alin Shan Forest Recreation Area is almost impassable, but the lines there are defended by the 1st and 3rd Special Forces battalions, alongside the only Japanese troops at the moment in there under the 13th Brigade. The line then has multiple artillery battalions up all the way to the Liming Suspension Bridge. Then the next bit all the way to the Chenggong is defended by the Kinmen Defence Command. On the 28th, the first attack on the line is at Shushan by the 72nd Group Army, 72nd Army Aviation Brigade. The 567th 4th Armoured Brigade repels this attack, with 537 Chinese killed, only 12 on the Taiwanese side. News of the line quickly reaches the 73rd Army, who are at Shili, who on the 27th, who moved very fast towards it, and on the 29th, run into a mine. The 3rd Light Infantry Combined Arms Brigade runs straight into a minefield with 188 casualties and another 43 injuries. This almost is half of the whole battalion's 500 men. When the 73rd reached the Alton National Forest Recreation Area, they were immediately ambushed by the 13th Infantry Brigade, with the loss of the 73rd Special Operations Brigade and the 73rd Army Aviation Brigade, who surrender, and 800 of the 1,000 men join the Taiwanese and become the Dakpu Defence Team and start defending at the same place they'd been captured. These are the only actions which take place in Taiwan this week, so we'll move on to Incheon. The South Koreans have established a great defensive line, and there's actually barely any action on the lines apart from in Incheon. The city is almost overwhelmed, save for the 5th Logistical Support Command, the 53rd Local Infantry Division, and the 1st Special Forces Brigade, alongside the 12th Infantry Division. These are in the football and baseball stadiums, led by Jeon Bayan. On the 27th, the North Koreans discovered the location of these units and sent the 16th Sniper Brigade, the 30th Aviation Army Brigade, and the 6th Division, thinking that there was only the 12th Infantry Division and the 1st Special Forces Brigade there. It's rumoured that the leader of these forces are Jong Chon, who is actually a massive commander and is only second in command to Kim Il-sung. Although, unfortunately for them, none of the Western newspapers are able to confirm it. It's told by Jong Il-1 of the 12th Division. On the 29th, the 6th attacked the entrance to the stadium, but, and to their surprise, they were able to enter without any resistance. Unfortunately for them, even more surprisingly, it is an ambush, and as soon as they go halfway through, smoke fills the screen, and several grenade launchers launched grenades into the stadium. 52 soldiers are killed, and over 80 are captured and 30 injured. On the 1st, the 38th tried the same thing. Luckily for them, they suspect a similar trap and only lose 3 men to injury. That's it for this week. Please remember to subscribe and give the Podbean to see our sister podcast.